tonight, but we can do, sure, we'll do Law and Order. Law and Order.
Do the ampersand.
Ampersand?
The, that thing.
Oh, it's not it. Well, then we're gonna make it even fancier and do like an actual team name, which that's something I noticed. Okay, so while we're getting into picks and bans here, I do want to say real quick. This is something that I had taken notice recently when I was watching a bunch of LCS games, and that is that almost all player names in the LCS games don't have a space. And I'm really interested in knowing if that's an actual thing, or if if when you become a LCS player, do they have you change your name so it has some spaces in it? Or is it just that each one, when it gets up to that high, says, you know what, I just feel like a username with spaces in it?
Or maybe it's an indication that players without
If I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
It could be. I mean, let's see. We've got. That means that Team 1, blue team, is definitely going to win this game because there's 0 spaces, whereas Team 2 has 3 teams with spaces. Double spaces too.
Sharpening my feathers.
Double. But anyway. Picks and bans, no shocker on this one. The Thresh is a little bit new coming out, but I kind of like it, a little bit different. But otherwise, classic Zac and Xayah. The vibe is a little
That's an interesting vibe, man. I do understand it, though. Vi is a very powerful champion to have coming out of the jungle, especially at level 6. That ultimate just, there's nothing you can do about it. There's really no counterplay to it. Ult straight into Q, and if you just need to confirm some CC to lock up for a bot lane game, you can flash Q ult and your range. You don't even have to be in vision. That is like almost the same engage range as Zac.
It's pretty massive.
Speaking of Zac, by the way, notice he's holding the 2nd slot in our ban. I think he is actually our most banned champion.
At this point, I could probably double check this real fast, but I would definitely agree with that. He is just absolutely massively banned. Something else is the Janna ban. That is new as well. 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, Zac is currently first place winner with 10 bans. He hasn't been played once since the rework on the stream, and I'm not actually all that upset about it. Not that upset about it. I know. I spelled it earlier, so you can see up here. Obviously, at that time it's like so I was doing something. So, but the Janna ban is interesting. She does apply a lot of utility, a lot of peel. Shields are good, but she's not a very aggressive support.
She's about the best. She is. I would say she is hands down the best peel support in the game. And if you really just want to enable your AD carry to make plays, Janna is the way to go. Especially if you want to shut down an aggro lane, i.e. Draven or Xayah Rakan combo, somebody who just wants to be up in your face, dealing damage, early engage, gaining advantage that way. Janna shuts that down, and also shuts down Caitlyn very, very well. Really good at disengage. So you have a team comp that really just wants to be on top of you. Janna is really good with a comp that has no tanks in it versus an engaged comp, because if you don't have a tank, you get engaged up, you're gonna lose. So Janna can move the tank back out. We've got classic matchup. Briar, you a brave, picking up that Sivir into a Caitlyn. This is a classic matchup from back in the day. It never went well for the Sivir, but I have faith in Briar's Sivering abilities. We'll see if that faith is misplaced or not. Of course, she does get free spell shield mana resets off of Caitlyn's traps, which is a small point in her favor. And we'll have to see which support she's paired with at the moment. Got Lolo pulling out that signature Lulu right now, and we've got Italy. We've already seen one Italy on the stream. We're gonna have to see how that ends up going this time around. Last time was pretty impressive. Picking up the Blitzcrank. I haven't seen that before. I've seen it once.
I think we've seen him
Maybe
one
twice.
time before. He's definitely not a often played champion, and it doesn't. I might have missed him one time recording it. I'm not perfect on that, but definitely a strong champion for the hooks. And against this team, I'm actually not terribly.
Hook the
against
Jarvan!
it. Maybe not.
Annie!
But
Timbers!
the Caitlyn, Annie without a stun would be pretty quick to kill.
Could be either good or bad.
That just depends on whether she's got that stun up or not. If she's got Tibbers, no. If she doesn't have Tibbers, it's okay. It's alright.
Either you get the kill instantly, or you just
Get
deliver
killed.
Tibbers to the middle of
Instantly,
the team.
yeah. It's bad either way. It's definitely not something you're going to be thrilled about. So it's going to be on Blitz to land some really decent hooks. I'm excited about the Rek'Sai as well. Not a common champion. We've seen it picked up a couple different times in the LCS. They definitely like to play it on occasion. But definitely a new champion. So we'll go ahead and run through the players and the champions real fast before we get into analyzing which team is going to take it all the way. Will it be Team Law and Order, LNO, or Team Dance Dance? That's going to be exciting. But for Team Law and Order, we've got Perspectivity. Welcome, playing onto Annie in the mid lane. Lolo DeZozo taking Lulu with bottom lane support. Dragon Reborn 123 taking Caitlyn the 80 carry role. And Cookie taking Nidalee in the mid lane with Vitrillion taking Jarvan in the jungle.
Alright. On the other side, wait, did you already...
No, I haven't done
Okay.
Dance Dance.
On
That's
the
you.
other side, on Team Dance Dance, we have Akali, played by Phantom of Temp. And we've got Lee Sin in the jungle. There's no pause picking that one up. We haven't seen that yet from him, but we'll see how that goes. Most likely in the jungle, but we can't see any of the summoner spells. I'm assuming Phantom of Temp is taking Akali. Mid lane, I think. Rek'Sai, played by Slashfire90. And Slashfire might be taking him either top or jungle. The top and jungle roles could be swapped around. I have seen a good bit of Rek'Sai top, though, so that's where I would bet he's putting him. Now, Sivir is going to go in the bot lane, played by Flag and Drag, and Blitzcrank is being picked up by Dyak in the bottom lane. Now, as for who we think is going to win, from an analytics perspective, I would have to say that a large portion of this is going to depend on Rek'Sai's build, because giving a frontline tank to Team Dance Dance is going to be really strong for them. However, I'm assuming Jarvan, well, since it's not Briar playing Jarvan, he might actually build tank. A frontline tank from Jarvan and a frontline tank from Rek'Sai would be a big deal for this
Real
for both
nice.
squads. Otherwise, it's just kind of a snowball matchup. In the mid lane, I expect Annie to win out over Akali in levels 0 to 6, and then the question is going to be who has a kill at that point. If Annie gets first blood, or if Annie gets a kill, I could see that lane snowballing very far out of control. If Perspectivity really knows how to play that lane with a lead, just stand in front of the minions, don't push under tower, freeze next to your tower, and then Phantom of Temp will have to call for a gank and just pray that they push Annie back under tower. So I'm gonna have to give this to Law and Order, just based on lane matchups. Caitlyn is a stronger pick into Sivir anyway. I don't know how that lane's gonna go. Of course, there's always the deciding factor of the Blitzcrank. You hit one hook and suddenly the lane that was good isn't good anymore.
Right, exactly. You could be winning the lane, then a blitz hook, and you're dead.
Yeah. So the real question and one of the major engage point is if Blitz wastes his hook, Caitlyn needs to go super aggro with both Lulu speed and shield, and just punish him super hard, because Blitz offers no threat. Even Sivir doesn't offer a lot of threat in the early game, though I do love the victorious Sivir skin. Let's see.
Loading in game is not wanting to work. Properties. Well, it is properties. Oh, that's not good, Matthew. You need to, no. Sorry, guys. There we go.
Hey, look at that.
I fixed it. We were doing some that's actually something I wanted to say real fast, because people are saying that it's the loading screen is chilling out for a while, so Vajillion, so hype, all the hype. Okay, so I wanted to talk while we've got a long loading screen about this, and that's actually the reason why I was freaked out, but I fixed it, is something I'm trying to do is pay more attention to the mini-map, which is a losing and winning factor of the game, is that if you have really good attention to the mini-map and see where things are moving, people are moving, all that sort of stuff, you can respond faster. Something that somebody was talking about today and what I did was I've got 2 monitors, and so on my right monitor, I pulled up through this little stream OBS thing, the mini map, and blew it up huge. Like, it filled my second monitor massive. And the goal was so that I could, out of the corner of my eye, watch when people's icons showed up. Now, I'm not looking for details on it. I'm really not even looking at pings. I'm paying mostly attention to how many circles are on the map. Because if I see a 5th enemy team circle pop up on the map just out of the corner of my eye, I know the jungler has made an appearance. And if I'm really good, I can easily see, as soon as the jungler appears in top lane, I can make note of it. And I don't even have to do anything, but I have that knowledge and awareness. The other thing he was talking about is if you can, out of the corner of your eye, keep an eye on it, and see when 2 people, in the laning phase, they usually are about a full circle away from each other, but as soon as they move on top of each other, you know that very likely there is a fight that's taking place. And if there's a fight that's taking place, then you can start to either move to that lane or respond in your lane. So it's just a really, really good strategy, is keeping the corner of your eye, paying attention to the mini-map so that you can see when things are happening. Also, you guys actually killed Nightbot for the moment, so sorry Rezdra for the kick, longest loading screen ever. Not the kick, but just the messages being deleted. I thought that I'd actually killed Nightbot already, but apparently not. So I fixed Nightbot, and now it won't do that anymore. So who is, I can't even see your name, Sid4, welcome to the stream. We definitely have a lot of awesomeness going on here, which is watching the loading screens, because somebody's playing on a toaster, and I'm betting you that it's Brian.
Right now, the subject of our discussion, I think we should talk about potato farming.
Potato farming?
Up in Idaho, they produce the largest amount of potatoes this side of Ireland back then. And I'm seeing, like, maybe the future of like a potato famine going down, and Briar is stocking up on potatoes for the incoming potato famine. And he's got so many potatoes there that we think you'd have at least the computing power of 4 potatoes. I want him to plug in another potato. Maybe move up to 5 potatoes in process.
Yeah, 5 potatoes with a couple wires in between. But you gotta think about cooling as well. So do you think like watermelon would be a good coolant?
Maybe. Well, how about this? We take 5 potatoes, drop them in a tub of water, and then sit that tub of water on top of water.
Hold on. You know that you never use water because it's gonna soak in. What's the alkaline solution that people dump their computers in? They use the water coolant system. It's not water. It's a particular solution that they fill.
I know what you're talking about. I have no idea what it's called.
Liquid tight computer for coolant. So Briar is attempting to reconnect to the game, so we're still chilling on this. This actually gives us a good time to ask you guys, how are you doing tonight? And if you have anything that you want to suggest or comment or say about the stream, other than obviously me being faster to click between the scenes, I'm still working my efficiency skills of that. We'd love to hear your comments as well. We're trying to get some strats and cleaning it up a little bit. Each week I probably put in about 10 hours of total time trying to fix it up and get it even better. And we are in the game, though it's likely going to start with Briar being DC'd and then he should reconnect. But the fact that we actually even made it into the game is very exciting, because that means that we may even have a 4v5 game that we can cast. And I don't know, is a 4v5 better than no game at all? Ooh, I don't have the webcam on. There we go.
Yeah, and well, I feel like the bot lane matchup's already decided, because Caitlyn already has a link advantage, and Sivir got pretty nerfed a while ago, and the meta's shifted against her. Her ultimate just has a crazy long cooldown now for what it does. I mean, it's nice, But the reason it's the cooldown's so long is because the LCS we're pairing that with Karma Mantra Shield and
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Trinket,
Talisman of Ascension.
Talisman of
Thank
Ascension.
you.
Okay, let's really pause for just a second and talk about this top lane. Because now, Nidalee, there he is. Flying Drag back in the game. Welcome back, Briar.
Oh my gosh!
Very excited to have you back into the game, so it is not a 1v2 in the bottom lane.
Everybody's
but
not moving.
this top lane, Nidalee versus Rek'Sai, is going to be interesting because Nidalee usually ends up being put in the jungle. This is a little bit different. Perspectivity playing in the top lane. And not Perspectivity, sorry. That's, who was that? Cookie taking her in the top lane. So, not going to be doing any ganks. And then is the Rek'Sai, also usually a jungler, being played in the top lane. So we'll be getting a lot more farm. We'll be interested in seeing what build Rek'Sai decides to go with.
I don't know if we're going to be seeing a lot more farm. I've seen so many Rek'Sais go full damage since the change. He has crazy good scaling on his on basically all of his abilities now. I think his ult has an 80% ratio or something like that. I anticipate the Nidalee winning out early though. The range versus melee matchup usually goes in favor of range, and without the possibility of a massive.
Hey, Briar reconnected, so might miss 2 waves if he can actually get fully into the game. We're kind of waiting to see on the item purchasing, but it doesn't look like there's gonna be. Yeah, I didn't purchase it. So should lose about 2 waves. That's not the end of the world for the bottom lane, and it actually gives Blitz some decent levels up.
It depends on how nice Dragon and Lolo are gonna play. With a 3-level advantage, that's usually the end of the laning phase. You're just going to be sitting under your tower, or worse, if they play really mean, they'd freeze on. But I'm hoping that they're not going to be jerks about it, and they're just going to give him a little bit of a way back into the game.
And it does look like they pushed in a little bit, but Flag and Drag should be able to make it in time to start picking up some farm. So about 10 farm down, but we've seen worse. There's a gank at the top lane. Trillian gonna go in. Nice flash there from Slash Fire. It is gonna get the spear from Cookie. He wants in. One more auto attack from Jarvan. The fourth will take it, but that's gonna be a trade of kills. Yes! Nicely done on Slash Fire to get a little bit of damage on Jarvan, because that very easily could have been an execute when you're solely focused on running away. In the mid lane, Phantom of Temp, flash with the Ignite. There is healing going down, but I think the Ignite is going to pick it up, and one more tick. No! Phantom of Temp lives. We're actually, even though it's going to reset everything, I want to see how close we can do this. How low health does Phantom of Temp get here? 156, 32, 21, 6 health. Woo!
And that's why you always pop your pots, kid.
6 health, yes. When you're about to get engaged, when you're about to engage, or somebody starts to engage on you, use that health pot. It will save your life. Teleport being used by Slash Fire very early in the game, but 2 kills down, 1 for each team so far.
Directed kill. I think we're just following.
Oh, we are. I apologize. There we go. Fixing it.
There we go.
Because I double clicked. It does things.
Alright, we've got Briar back in the bottom lane. Level 3 to level 2. Okay, it's not terrible. As the scaling matchup goes, okay, we've got Flash Fire going. Hold on a second. We've got a game.
Yeah, Lee Sin coming in the mid lane. There's no pause. Just getting a little bit of damage down. You can see the burn on that Annie. She is going to be able to make it out just fine. But I like the behind the wall game from Jarvan early. Oh, there is a little bit of a jungle play. We're actually going to switch over to that because I want to see what's going on. There is no pause. Going to be walking away from that one, and then we're going to go right back to the bottom lane. Blitzcrank gets a hook onto the Caitlyn. That's some decent damage. The Flag and Drag is very low on mana. The exhaust has been burned as well on the run. Not going to have too much more damage after that. Jarvan is headed down here, but I don't think he's going to be able to do a lot.
An important point on that gank in the mid lane by Lee Sin, while he didn't necessarily get a lot out of it, chunked Annie down, but you know, most people would consider that an unsuccessful gank because it didn't result in a kill. He got her flash out, and that flash advantage is going to be very big.
Oh, a nice little knockup there onto the Caitlyn again. The heal has been burned. Heal used as well on the Sivir. Diag, very low health. That's a flash out of that one. And so they will live for now. However, that Caitlyn is down below half health. Blitz looking for a hook underneath the tower. Lee Sin around the corner, that's why they're sticking around. He's going into flash from Lolo, gets the kill. Caitlyn with the assist, and might lose his AD carry in the process. In the top lane, Cookie and Flash going in, but that's Rek'Sai wrecking the face, and then Sivir taking up the kill, and Caitlyn in the bottom lane. One more auto attack by the Lee Sin, should be able to take it. No, Sivir's gonna get it with the ricochet.
Okay, and Briar's back in the game.
Oh, yes, baby. Not only a couple farm up, but 2 kills as well.
What you just witnessed there is the power of Doran's shield. The regen going down in that fight is really what determined the amount of health that Sivir had towards the end of that. Once again, something important. Oh wait, it's already happened, and I'm quite surprised that Perspectivity didn't just go all in with the Tivers, because right now she has 5 or 6 advantage, and that is all. Wow, okay. Middle up top losing a ton of CS for the grass, not worth it. However, I was expecting Annie to just go ham on this Akali.
Well, it might still
level 6.
A couple auto attacks down. Now the possibility is that Perspectivity just didn't feel comfortable not having the flash or ignite up and available, so kind of waiting on those. Ignite will be up in just a couple more seconds, but flash still probably another 60 seconds on that one.
More to my point was just to push Akali out of lane, deny level 6.
Force it back.
And that way you'd have level 6 v maybe level 8.
Oh, but not fan of attempt. That's level 6 gonna go in despite the stun. The Tivers is down. Ignite is burned as well. However, just gonna be dodging out Perspectivity's Annie. Tivers AoE jumping in. Will they get the damage? No, the nice stun there by the Annie. Ah, Lee Sin gets it with a smite. Jarvan picking the Lee Sin, so a 2-for-1 in the mid lane. As Tivers is like, no one else for me to hit. Guess I'm just gonna chill here for now. Nice gank by the Jarvan in response to the Lee Sin showing up mid lane. Grants them a really good double kill. Annie as well, saving that stun for the very last second. In the top lane, really nothing too crazy going on here. Rek'Sai about 5 farm over, but
Rek'Sai does have 2 kills, and
the Tiamat's pretty nice.
She does scale in terms of
oh, grabs the
hitting all the hooks.
Nicely done, Dyak. Nicely done. Good hook. Just gets a little bit of harassed down, not too much.
And as good as Dyak's hooks are, Dragon really needs to watch his position behind the minions. The team playing against Blitz is
dodging.
Holy crap.
So Rek'Sai getting the, I wanted to say that was actually his ult down.
Yeah, it was.
Using the ult just to get a little extra damage and avoid the damage from that Nidalee platform. Pounce and prowl, just doing some nice work there. Does have that dark seal, so we'll be doing the damage, but mostly at this point I think Nidalee's just trying to survive.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this and those trap placements by Dragon are very, very questionable.
A little too close to the tower.
If they're ever that close,
try to trap the Blitz, Frank.
Yeah, I'm thinking setting up traps in triangles outside of the bush, so that Blitz, if he wants to hook from the brush, has to walk forward.
Lee Sin getting a nice kick right under Perspectivity. The Annie gonna get the stun down onto the Lee. However, Akali is here, and that's gonna be Akali stealing it away just before the Lee Sin Q flies by. Nicely done in that Lee Sin didn't even have a ward to use, but used a control ward to place that down to get that kick. So excellent play there. Didn't have to use his flash, and even though that is a little bit extra gold going over to the other team once they clear that control ward, still good use. Better to burn 75 gold than a flash.
True. Let's see. And back in the day, you used to have to burn 75 gold every time you jumped as Lee Sin. But very few people here are old enough to remember that.
BF sword picked up by the Sivir to the pickaxe on Caitlyn. That is a painful consolation prize for Dragon Reborn in the bottom lane. Gonna have to do some work on the farm to get back caught up on gold and items. Yeah, Nidalee just hasn't been super impactful in the top lane. Down almost 10 farm now, and just kind of farming away, but you can tell mana hungry, that's for sure.
Looking for that Lynchbane and Sammy's working which you wouldn't expect from the Rex side. But apparently the Gracie deals a lot more.
Oh, there's no pause. Gonna find Vitrillion in the top lane. He actually walked past with a couple extra hits. Little knockup there on Lee Sin with the red buff. However, they're gonna be turning straight onto the Nidalee. Nice finish off a slash fire. Caught in the cataclysm. It's immediately taking down the root, the knock up, the kick, and that's a double kill over to the Rex side. Nicely done slash fire there. In the mid lane, Phantom of Temp down to half health as the two mid laners go back and forth bursting each other. And I think at this point it really just depends. If Annie's got Tibbers up, it's gonna be a dead Akali. If she doesn't, it's gonna be a dead Annie.
Yeah, it's a really bursty matchup there. The issue coming in is the fact that...
Diag. Oh! Woo!
Yeah, once again,
that's a clutch butt cheek.
I want to go back to the point of traps right between the bushes right there. If you have two traps set up right there, there's no way Blitz can navigate around them, and you can even play around the fact that then Briar is going to hold on to the shot.
Oh, dead Annie, almost, not quite, no! Yes, okay, I'll get for a second, one of those health bars disappeared, and I thought it was the other one, but kill for kill in the mid lane. The blind monk picking up the bear, just gonna kill that teddy bear.
Yeah, there's no pause pulling out a really strong Lee Sin. However, I think Jarvan is going to be more impactful late game if he builds tank. If he builds damage, he's going to fall off just like Lee Sin. However, if he builds tank, he's going to be very impactful in game. Especially since Rek'Sai built Ravenous Hydra, and that most likely precludes the possibility of any kind of a route.
Also, I did want to comment real fast. I like the Blitzcrank hitting the ward, even though it definitely didn't clear it, and it's not always an option. It's something that a lot of people don't do a whole lot of, but it's so powerful if you can do it. And in the meantime, Phantom of Temp getting some decent damage before just ulting right back to the mini wave. But as I was saying, if you are fast and have your AD carry or somebody else paying attention, you can actually clear those wards because they are visible for just a moment. All it takes is 3 auto attacks, and so your AD carry, depending on the speed of their auto attacks, can get about 2 before it goes down. With the support hitting once, you can clear those wards immediately. No need for sweeper, no need for any of that stuff, and the vision is really, really powerful, especially when it's something in the spot lane. But Diag gonna be missing very few, but but one of the few hooks of the game.
Right now, Dragons and Lolo should be going. Onto this bot lane.
They are indeed. Diag be going down. There's the silence. Oh, nice flash right out of the cataclysm. Vitrillion still wants it. Oh, just onto a minion. Not gonna land on the people they want. As Flagon Dragon, very low health. There are lots of minions. Lee Sin around the corner. We're about to go right back to the action as Lee Sin's here for the kick. Will he be able to land it? Diag looking for a knockup as well. Vitrillion very low health. Who's gonna die first? Wild Growth used on Vitrillion. Lee Sin goes in on the Lulu and immediately shields right back to the Blitzcrank. Stand alive. There's no positive pulling out. I do like his Lee Sin. He is very active in these lanes, moving around a lot. 2, 1, and 5, just playing really good jungle.
Is it going to be another one of those games where Lee Sin...
I mean, he is currently, let's check the stat sheet real fast. He's the highest played champion in our current game with, where is he? 7 games played. I want to say he's even higher than that. And I think he might be like 6 out of the 7. I think he's lost 1 game of the recorded so far. But he is definitely a huge, team supporting champion.
He's good at snowballing his lanes, in, especially in just type games. The most important thing is otherwise. Right now, Slashfire knows he has an advantage and is pressing that advantage very well.
Yeah, Wally brought up a really good point in the top laner AD Nidalee. Probably could have done a little bit better than this AP build that she's been going for so far. Yeah. And just would have allowed a lot more pressure, a lot more mini farm. Now, to be fair, despite the massive pressure the Rek'Sai's had in that top lane, even being 4-1, Nidalee still only 10 farm behind, which isn't the end of the world, and as the game goes later, it will minimize a little bit. Perspectivity being caught up in the mid lane, forced to flash. Lee Sin gets a nice cook with Jarvan's here as well for the damage they get, but Annie Tivers comes out, but gonna be a little bit late, as there's no pause, walks around. He loves this mid lane.
Yeah, he's been showing up in just about every lane, setting up.
Oh, Rek'Sai going in for the kill. There was no mana on that Nidalee. And in cat form, that's a short-range cat. And so the Rek'Sai just tearing through her. And not only did he get the Nidalee, but also picked up the top lane turret for First Blood turret, which is huge as red team, Team Dance Dance, is now pulling 4,000 gold in the lead.
Yeah, Lee's just been everywhere in this game. In the mid lane, in the top lane, I think all of the kills, except for that last one that Rek'Sai has, are almost a direct result of intervention by the
J4 going in again on the...
low mana on for sure.
Yeah, he's got double buffs though, so that red buff is going to burn away. Look at Slashfire's damage with that TMI. I'm sorry, Hydra. That's a little more damage than just TMI. And there was that early game that put Rek'Sai in the lead. Remember J4 walked underneath the tower and Rek'Sai got one auto attack down to get a little bit of damage and picked up that kill. It was a trade in that top lane, but still, Lee Sin around the corner looking for another jump on the
It's getting painful for me to look at it in that trap line down there. It's not applying any pressure to anyone, and it's a lot of mana to be expending onto those
to
traps.
move those traps over and over.
They're not cheap. Hold on. That might have been a good thing.
Wild growth into the Lolo just to keep him alive. Diak is taking no damage from this Caitlyn in the mid lane. Repeat gank on the Annie once again. Just getting shut down with the Rek'Sai ult as well. Ooh, nice job from Diak to block the ace in the hole from Dragon Reborn. But there is just so much pressure on this bottom lane. But yeah, Dragon Reborn continues to move those traps around, but it is just too close to the tower to really do any good. Now, there is I'm not just going to comment on that in a second, as there's no pause. He jumped on, he's just going to ward hop off to the side. Is that you might not want to put him too far out, because Sivir's got that spell shield and just going to be getting free mana off of those traps.
I mentioned that earlier, and while that is true, she will be getting free mana, and denying the mana is nice, but your options are then these two things. You can either not set any traps, or you can set them in a location and then play around expecting Sivir to step on them, and then just communicate to your to your support that when she steps on this, we go ham.
Right, and that's
because
a really
then
good
spell
point.
shield has a 24-second cooldown. You know she then can't absorb Whimsy, she can't absorb the slow, or any of the other things that Lulu can put on her, or any, for that matter, Caitlyn's ultimate, or the EQ combo. All very high damage.
Ooh, Cookie getting a lot of damage. J4 going to do a little bit of knock-up onto the Lee Sin, but this dragon has no damage, and soon will have no help. That's a great Whimsy on the Akali as Annie shows up and picks up a return kill on the Lee Sin. Beautiful job. Bottom lane turret did go down in that skirmish, but still some nice gold desperately needed by Team Law and Order, as they are going to try to hold the line in the bottom lane.
In the bot lane is absurd.
60 farm over on the Sivir. Oh, Rek'Sai just going ham. Wild growth nicely used on the Caitlyn. They might get the kill on Rek'Sai. Caitlyn with the shutdown. Lolo still alive on this Lulu. Maybe going down here in a moment, but they are now behind enemy lines. Driver coming around to the side to act in a bit of trouble. Annie pushing mid lane with the Tivers is actually really nice. And they still have this Blitzcrank slightly cornered. Flagon Drag no mana as well. Great knock up onto the Blitzcrank. He just returned from knock up, and now Nidalee chasing onto Flagon Drag blocks the I forget what the name of that. Flagon Drag still on the run, getting some decent damage back onto the Nidalee. She's just gonna pounce in and grab the kill. What's that the E from Nidalee?
In which form?
Cat form. Pounces or W.
Swipes.
Ferocious swipe, I think it is. What's her
something
bite? I think
that's
it's
takedown.
takedown is a Q?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is cute.
Okay, so something like ferocious swipe.
Anyway.
Learning these skill names, something we should definitely learn.
Yeah.
But I do like that what was originally a 4K gold lead has now been brought down to slightly less than 3K gold, and so it is Team Law and Order slowly picking up some gold back. There is going to be a Drake here in just a moment. We'll go ahead and check. That is an Infernal Drake, which could be huge for Team Law and Order, especially on that Annie.
Yeah, putting
Ooh.
or going back and just giving credit where credit is due. The whole reason that Caitlyn got that kill onto Rek'Sai, is due to Lolo's immaculate support play, knock up into Whimsy, into slow, keeping her under tower.
Dodge that! Dragon Reborn instantly taken out. That's what happens when you're alone in the jungle and you find a rogue Blitzcrank. So, ladies and gentlemen, next time if you're the AD carry, do not go alone. Buddy system is important. As both teams now surrounding the Drake, the 1-man down. It's definitely a 2-man down with Italy in the top lane, leaning heavily in Dance Dance's favor as they're going to be able to pick that up without too much trouble.
Oh!
Trillian nicely dodging the hook. I don't think he really knew was coming, but played it well. Hextech Proto Belt picked up by that Annie. He's going to have a little bit of extra damage. Also, Infinity Edge finished by the Caitlyn, so finally has a little bit of damage as Sivir is still sitting on pieces looking for that. Oh, Essence Reaver. Sorry, I forget that that's the full item. Cataclysm used on the Blitzcrank Diact as well. That is a tanky Jarvan. Love it. Trillian picking up the kill on the Blitzcrank, and now the Wild Growth being used. But Lulu still went down regardless. Annie huge and doing some good damage. Tibbers is down, but can't kill Slashfire when he's under the ground. Dragon Reborn gets the last little bit of a kill, and Jarvan comes out huge. That's an ace for Team Law and Order. 3 for 5. Definitely a painful team fight, but one that swung huge in the favor of Law and Order, and that was after a second Infernal Dragon pickup by Team Dance Dance.
Push the waves in. Take some objectives. Oh my gosh.
All of their lanes are pushing in Red Team's favor.
Exactly.
And the mid lane turret is down. So I think the only thing they could have done is tried to go to a different lane and get the waves pushing in their favor, which is kind of what they're doing right now. It's still pretty early in the game. But you lose all your
pressure by recalling there. You have 30 seconds uncontested on the map.
True, but
you could have at least gone into the enemy team's jungle, drop down some wards.
That is fair, especially as a jungler. Unless you are out of wards, getting those wards down, getting that vision is super, super helpful. Now, I'm going to comment real fast on this. I like that up here, they've had that control ward for quite a while. And so that's been some really good vision placed down. I want to say that is the Jarvan.
Dragon Reborn.
He's waiting the 90 caliber net over the wall. Slashfire just gonna follow, but is that gonna be? Oh, that was almost super slick.
Oh!
And dodges the kill. Still running away. There's an Annie here. Dragon Reborn makes the escape. I think half of that was pure luck, but still beautiful to see.
Let's be honest. He should have died. He should have died.
I mean, there was no vision on that
maybe 10
Blitzcrank.
different ways. First of all, Slashfire could have just walked up and killed him, but he was waiting for him to 90 caliber net over the wall. He should have just walked up and started autoing and then followed him over the wall. Then he got lucky that the blast cone was still there, and then Diak just like, nope, I'm gonna hook that way.
And he blast cone in time that Slashfire queued, and that slow did not hit. It actually missed, so the slow wasn't applied. Blitzcrank fails the hook. Isn't close enough for the knock up his hook. He starts to back off. In the top lane, Flag and Drag is super dead. Does have the Guardian's Angel, so will be coming back up. Slashfire is around the corner. Leading by Save Cookie, maybe going down. At least he goes in. Whoa, bro! Beautifully used. Diak gonna get the hook, but that still has a little bit of health. The silence gonna be enough to take him down. But that is still now 2 kills on the Blitzcrank. You're gonna be going on Ace in the hole, followed up here. Leeson around the corner. Nice kick, Dragon Reborn right into Lolo's supporting hands as the Annie doing some decent work. There's no pause. Gonna be helping the Kali take up the kill on the Lulu, but Caitlyn getting the kill on Leeson. This Caitlyn started to do some work. His Phantom of Temp now on the run, but Jarvan's got a red buff. If he can get the Flag and Drag going down, that is going to be a kill, but no, Phantom of Temp's going to walk away with the blue buff. Blitzcrank as well survived. Hey, now they're going right back in as the Akali going in. Ha! 1 for 1. Caitlyn assisting and pick up the kill on that one.
Yeah,
They are now down to less than 2k gold difference between, or about 2k gold difference between these teams.
Important point right there. The fact that Flag and Drag went down first is massive. The fact that Flag and Drag went down and his Guardian Angel was burned for no reason is massive, because that's basically that only gives you as much the new Banshee's Veil, the Guardian's Angel. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, you just said Guardian's Angel.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you
the
going
new,
for?
the new Guardian's Angel only gives you 40 AD, which is exactly as much as a BF sword. So it's super golden efficient, unless you have the passive up, which is awesome. But the fact that passive is down is going to be down for 8 minutes or 6 minutes.
A very long time.
Yeah, 300 seconds. Whatever that is.
5 minutes straight.
5 minutes.
So for 5 minutes, Guardians of the Angel.
Yeah, that's the length of a flash.
Guardians of the Angel is down. That is pretty big. And so even though the team fight ended up actually being about equal, I think it was a 3 for 3 when all deaths were counted for. The Guardian's Angel is big, and that's a double kill basically.
While no objectives were claimed, you could call that an objective.
Yeah, if the Annie and J4 combo, that is I think one of the issues where he saw the laning phase single-handedly in. The sneaky smite. No, he's trying something back.
No, yeah.
He accidental won the smite fight, maybe.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Unless there's no pause, didn't have a red buff before, but I think he did win that.
No, you don't know for sure.
But no, so Team Dance Dance heavily won the laning phase because of just their play style, and they had really, really, really good players. But once you got the combo of this team coming together, Vitrillion playing a beautiful tank now, pushing over 3k health, this team definitely has a team fight power and ability, and no one's really gone for Baron just yet.
This is giving me.
But Caitlin's still doing work.
This is giving me chronic.
3, 4, and 8.
She's over Flame Horizon right now, though. If Sivir manages to get some auto attacks without getting lit up by this Annie Jarvan combo, I mean, it's GG.
It's gonna be game. I agree on that.
Crits coming out, clearing a wave in 3 auto attacks. I mean.
But you ought to also put some heavy emphasis on Lolo's supporting, because even though the ADC's been down, the wild growth's being used, the shields beautifully played to keep both people alive. In that top lane, Nidalee survived to do good amounts of damage on the Akali, on the Lee Sin before finally being taken out. And so it's Lee Sin sneaking the Drake. So that is now triple Drakes to Team Dance Dance. Still no pushing on the Baron. Neither team feels really comfortable going in. J4 might want to start a fight. Decides to back up and just pick up a little bit of farmer. Probably pushing in that bottom lane, so giving this team a little bit of confidence to push down mid lane. It would be a 4v5. Slashfire with a teleport, but he's in the mid lane hanging out.
Yeah, it's super important that this J4 is going tanky. If you can go a tanky type build, and still deal damage, that's a way of securing your lead.
Caitlyn putting traps in a good spot. What is this? I love it. Love it.
I mean, it looks kind of like a 4th grader scribbled across the lane.
It's close enough to the turret that if they were to engage, if Lee Sin was to go flying over one of them, he's going to get scenario violence. However, Dragon Reaper taking the tower. That's Caster's curse right there. Tibbers stunned down on the 3 people there. Cataclysm being used as well. Annie picking up 2. That's Perspectivity going to be taken out. However, Phantom's not going to be able to do a whole lot. The Redemption being used as well to keep people alive. Lolo picking up the one on the Akali. That is Lee Sin. Just what I talked about. Going over the wall. Ace of the hole being used. Not going to be enough to take him down. But still, 3, 2, 1 being fought in the mid lane, and they're going to continue the siege. It's actually huge. The Flag and Dragon's going to go down here. Oh, very close. Nidalee wants in on this. Cookie might be picked up.
No, he doesn't.
I want the kill. Just kidding. We're going to back off and take the tower instead. Now, what I want to see is this team back up, ward the heck out of Baron before recalling and moving back towards Baron. They should be strong enough with all of that influx of gold to be able to at least fight for the Baron, whether they start to bait, whether they do a full team fight, or whether they try to rush the Baron, which probably isn't a wise idea with the Lee Sin being up, but getting wards down is super important. However, if they don't, makes it a little sad, but Nidalee should pick up the scuttle, and that's at least.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, getting Scuttle Crab is super important if you want uncontested Baron control. Like, Scuttle Crab is actually huge to pick up if you're behind. It's incredibly important. In that case,
Also gives you a speed boost, which is just beautiful.
And let's see, just the bot lane farm differential right here.
That's all you're going to be looking at for the rest of the game.
Crazy. 240 to 120.
Just double. That's straight up double the farm.
That.
Now, that's what I was going to say is, I like the fact that Vitrillion on this J4 went super ham with the combo of Annie Tibbers in that mid lane tier, because otherwise, I think that Team Dance Dance was going to be able to hold it for all infinity because the wave clear by this Sivir is going to be so massive. They'll never get a wave all the way to the tower. So they had to go in for a full team fight. Sivir was going to be on damage duty, trying to kill different people. Actually did a decent job of surviving most of the fight, but still able to pick up some kills with that Annie. And then afterwards, because she was the only one left, was able to force that Sivir off the tower, and that's why they picked it up.
The thing
Sivir's
is,
now alone in the top lane. We've got 5 mid. They could look for another engage.
yeah, you gotta keep in mind that 10 or 12 farm is equal to a kill.
Right.
That is a 10 kill advantage just from CS. By itself, that is 10 kills. So this is basically a 15-3 Sivir as it in respects to the Caitlyn versus damage and items. That's huge. That's freaking massive.
Alright, I gotta say, the Guardian's Angel is back up for this Sivir. However, at this point, they're in a little bit of a tight spot. No one on Team Law & Order has teleport, because they really need to send somebody towards the bottom lane and start pushing a separate lane. They can't just solely push this mid lane down. Need somebody in another lane, but they don't have teleport. If they leave, it's going to be a 4v5, and it should be Dance Dance's Baron if they play it right. Look at all these traps through this lane. And I think that's one of the issues with not taking teleport is, technically speaking, Slashfire could go push another lane, and both has the ult as well as teleport to get back to the fight. I'm a little surprised he hasn't done that yet, mostly because their last couple team fights they lost a little bit, so maybe feeling a little bit of pressure to stick around.
If they ever take a fight without Slashfire, then also there's no possibility of winning.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. The Slashfire is definitely 7 and 5 has played pretty good on the Rex side, especially in the early game. But that's the other thing is that while Lolo has these shields, Nidalee got all these heals for Dragon Reborn. They thought they were poking down earlier, but that's going to be J4 going in, looking for the Cataclysm, just going to get a little bit of knock up and turn around. Lolo might be going down. No! They get the Akali baited in, and now J4 still has Cataclysm available. Does get the knock up, so not going to be going in just yet, as they are going to pick up 1 kill and back off. Now a 4v5 on the mid lane turret. They could turn for Baron, but that is just the Akali going down. Lee Sin's still available to try to smite steal the Baron. Looks like they're instead going to use the Nidalee heals and push this mid.
I just realized that Caitlyn is sporting Warlord's Bloodlust and not her.
Ooh, they did get the hook on. Oh, wow! That Annie Tibber straight in with an excellent flash by Jarvan in the 4th. Picking up 3 off of that one.
That's another pop.
Guardian's Angel. Vitrillion just tanking up that tower. Tibbers as well. Perspectivity.
That was the oops, I didn't mean to hook you, Hook.
This team, Law and Order, coming back huge. And that is an excellent point, Wally, is the fact that this Blitzcrank has not seen the hooks he's looking for. Playing a little bit on the safe side, but I gotta agree that it is hard to get these hooks when you have a over 3k held Jarvan.
Penta kill!
Honestly?
Penta kill! Oh, wait! Oh! I tried so hard and got so far.
Picking up 3 off the back of that, but they did get the tower down.
It doesn't even
Slashfire
matter.
rage quit. Slashfire said, that's it. Didn't get the kill. Game over. Time to leave now. Hopefully we'll be back. Might just be a connection issue. Hook, or trap. Diag, you're missing one. There's still one more. We'll clear that trap, Diag.
Alright, let's see.
So they did not pick up the inhibitor, but they did get the turret, a lot more influx of gold, and now 4v5 player with Rek'Sai being currently AFK. Come back, Rek'Sai, we need you. And finally, they didn't get any local gold, but the bot lane turret goes down thanks to those beautiful minions. This could be a 4th Drake over to Team Dance Dance, which would be pretty impressive.
At this point, I don't know if they have the pressure to take that away.
I mean,
especially
but
with
nobody in Law and Order is really going for it.
with
Okay, now it's
Slashfire
over.
AFK, they don't have the damage or the pressure to fight. I mean, they can't even win team fights like at all. Like with 5 people, and Slashfire is probably the most fed member on their team.
So it's gonna be, even though this Caitlyn is still like half the farm of Sivir, there is Lulu for the shields and Wild Growth, Nidalee for the heals as well, and Guardian's Angel on this Caitlyn is going to make it very difficult to kill her. Again, as I said, even though not going to be doing as much damage as this Sivir with the Infinity Edge, there's literally no pause. Oh, because I think I've just made a draft pick, not a tournament draft. I don't even know if you can do tournament draft picks anymore, guys. Alright, so I apologize. That's actually a little bit of my bad on that one. So, best I can say is play it out as best you can on a 4v5 as Sivir just gets wiped off the map.
That's the fun of playing AD carry against any mid laner ever.
Yeah.
You see, Sivir could have outplayed that by not being, but that's the only way.
By not existing. So, giving up the fact that it's a 4v5 gives Team Law&Order the confidence to grab the Baron buff. I think there was something in the chat about... Oh! Nice! Knockup, I want to say. Lulu! Okay, that just blew my mind. Lolo on this Lulu.
We have to see that again.
Yeah, we're gonna go back.
If that's what I think happened, that gives you okay.
Hang on, yeah, we're gonna do another back on that and slow it down because the wild growth to stop Lee Sin as he goes over this wall. I'm gonna speed up just a hair for Lee Sin to get in. So he lands the Q onto Lulu, which still it's nice to block it from Lee Sin. Starts to take it and wild growth Lee Sin on the other side of the wall. That's amazing. That's amazing right there. That's some serious play. I main support, and I'm blown away by that. I have no complaints.
Okay, Afro. Calm down. Calm down.
Serious, yeah, it's Mad Life's alternate account, right? Windrake gonna go over to the Baron up Law&Order as Slashfire Rek'Sai still not here.
Respectivity just chilling in the mid lane.
Come back. Oh, they did pick up the Annie though. That's gonna be pretty big. Nice catch by the Lee Sin. Found the Annie hanging out all by herself. Gonna give that kill over, and now it's actually a 4v4 with red team pushing down mid lane. And like you said before, the blue team Law&Order doesn't really make good use of the fact that they have some of these pressure points. And even with Baron, decided to sit in that bush waiting for red team to walk in. But instead, they're just going to push down mid lane. I like it. Blitzcrank hook right through the entire team. And there's nobody around to defend, but Shoyan very low health. Finally gets the wild growth. Phantom of Temp very low health, but now it could be turned all around. No, they're still going to pick up the Nidalee. Lee Sin doing good damage. This might be the full turnaround in a 4v5. Phantom of Temp, the only one to go down. Dragon Reborn still hang out here. Lee Sin looking for the kill. He's walking right in. Oh, he misses the Sonic Wave. Blitzcrank hanging in. He gets the flash hook. Ace by Team Dance Dance at a 4v5. Can they take the tower?
And he's back up.
Lee Sin looking for the tankiness and is gonna get it. So now the inhib's still the only thing left alive in the mid lane.
If Annie dies, they can end the game.
So it's gonna be up to Flag and Dragon. Diact, can he get the hook? Looks like they're gonna back off. His top lane turret is definitely getting heavily pressured. We're gonna check it out real quick. And that might be going down. Yeah, that's gonna go down. So top lane turret goes down in favor of Law&Order. But that shows you that even in a 4v5 game, it's not over.
Never give up. Never
Still,
surrender.
1,000 gold in the lead.
And don't stand in the mid lane when your team's taking Dragon for no reason.
And don't sit in the pixel bush when the enemy team is on your turret.
Well, that wasn't. They didn't have vision of that. I was.
That's
more,
why you need vision.
I was more giving Perspectivity a hard time for getting.
Oh,
caught
absolutely,
there.
absolutely. I was gonna say, there is actually, to be fair, with that ace, Baron's gone.
Yes.
They can't even make use of the fact that they have Baron.
Switch over to the gold. I just want to look at the gold difference
I gotta go back
between
to
the 80
there.
carries right now.
Stop harping on that. It's so nuts. All right, we understand.
17,000 to 12,000.
5,000 gold.
I just want to. If you take the 80 carries out of the mix, blue team is in the lead by a substantial amount.
Yeah, so Law&Order heavily pushing down the mid lane. They are going to try to defend this inhibitor, but it's going to be a tough fight nonetheless. It's really going to be up to Dyak to grab a really, really good hook. And now there's all members here. It's going to be pretty tough to get through this lineup. Annie has the Tibbers available, has the stun up. Lee Sin does not want to go in on that. They are going to pick up the inhibitor. Decides the red team decides to back off of that one. They're going to wait for a different opportunity to engage in that fight. Also gives Rek'Sai a little more time to come back into the game. If Slashfire can get it back, that would be
we
good.
might have a game on.
Cookie? Who actually hit the Blackstone on
I don't know.
Somebody hit the Blackstone.
I was playing a game the other day where we were. I don't remember if we were winning or losing, but there was Fog of War, and I shot the blast cone to give myself a speed boost and accidentally
they might
shot.
find.
Hold on.
No, they're gonna go not onto Lee Sin. That is some serious damage, but no one down just yet. As Dragon Reborn picks up the kill on the Acolyte, and now Blitzcrank Dyak on the run. 5 members chasing down with the Lee Sin. Polymorphed away. No, Sivir actually that was. 2 more kills going over to Team Law and Order as they turn onto the tower. Going to be knocking that down in no time at all. You just cannot kill this Caitlyn with all of the supports and heals even are alive.
Pretty crazy play out of Lulu right now. Completely negating the existence of a college.
Yeah, that Wild Growth really just murders the engage anytime. They could look for the game finisher as they are moving in. Still 2 members down for Team Dance. Dance is released in. CC
Wow.
to death.
Okay, that was good play out of Caitlyn. I have
Now,
to give it that.
Flag and Drag picking up 1 kill before finally going down to the Hex Tech from Andy. As they should finish the game off with all of the damage.
Flag and Drag full build, but this is just the.
Okay, Phantom attempt get 1 more kill before the end of the game. Blitzcrank here as well. He just steps on a trap, instantly taken down. And he's running for his life, trying to get back to the turret. Ace in the hole, not going to take him down.
Most disappointing. ult
Most disappointing ult ever. And game goes over to Law and Order with the great help of the Slashfire's DC. Nobody likes a DC.
That sucks. That it was 4v5 in the end, but it definitely.
But even before.
It definitely.